Slope. After watching this video, I will be able to determine the slope and the y-intercept of a line given a graph. So we already know what slope is, and slope is kind of represented by the letter M. And we can do it with a formula when we're given 2 points, or we can do it visually by counting rise over run. We also know what a y-intercept is because that's wherever the line crosses the y-axis. So now we kind of want to identify the slope and the y-intercept because this is going to be very useful in graphing a line coming down the line. So I'm going to say, let's find the y-intercept. And this is represented by the letter B. And that's just going to be useful information to note coming for the next lesson. So I want to find what the B is. So where is my line crossing the y-axis? Well, it's crossing the y-axis at this point. So that is 2. We also want to find the slope. And the slope is represented by the letter M. So slope, well, I'm not actually given 2 points, so I need to plot 2 points on my own to be able to count rise over run. So if you want to be as accurate as possible, then you want to make sure you pick a corner point where it's exactly at a number. So for example, this point that I'm plotting in green, yes, it's on the line, but we don't know exactly where on the line it is because it's actually in between 1 and 2 for your x coordinates. So this would not be a good point to choose. So a good point would be specifically on the corner of a box. So for example, this point down here in red is at a corner of a box. So this would be an appropriate point to choose. And now I'm going to count rise over run. So we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we run 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we are going uphill, meaning starting from the left, we go up, my slope is going to be positive. So I know my fraction is going to be positive. Rise over run, 5 over 4. We leave our answer as a fraction. This is the smallest a fraction will become. So my y-intercept is 2 and my slope is 5 over 4. Now see if you can try and find the y-intercept in the slope. Pause your video, see if you can find y-intercept and slope, and then press play to see if you got your answer correct. Pause your video now. Your y-intercept would be b equals 2, and your slope is going to equal -1 over 5. Because our slope is going downhill, it must be negative. So a 1 over 5 positive would be incorrect. So we're going to try to find the y-intercept and slope again by ourselves. Remember that you're going to need to choose 2 points in order to count your rise over run. And in order for it to be accurate, you're going to need specific points that are on the corner of the box because that would be accurate. Anything in the middle of a box will be estimating the number. So pause your video now. So your answer to the y-intercept is b equals 5 because that's where it's crossing the y-axis, noted by the blue point, and the slope is 3 over 5. This fraction is positive because we are going uphill, so positive slope, and we counted rise over run. So we started at the point -5, 2, and we counted up 3 to the right 5.